What's happening, everyone? Dana White has announced a number of fights for upcoming events. Let's get into those right now. And the first fight that they have announced, and this is courtesy Aaron Bronstetter, who actually wrote all this up from what Dana White said on the UFC account. UFC Nashville, headlined by Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Remember, we heard rumors about this fight already. I did a video on this fight. I don't have a problem with this fight, by the way. I understand what the UFC is trying to do here with the fact that, Sandhagen's kind of in this limbo right now with Sterling and O'Malley fighting each other. Sandhagen's the one fighter who doesn't have an opponent right now. Don't really think there's much interest in him fighting Petr Yan again, anything like that. So that's kind of my thoughts on the fight. And we're going to know how good Umar Nurmagomedov is. I mean, if he can get past Corey Sandhagen, don't be surprised if maybe they put him into a title shot. Honestly, like, Corey Sandhagen is very highly ranked. If you look at the rankings right now, you'll see that Corey Sandhagen is, I want to say, number 4 right now. And it looks like Cejudo's going to fight Merab, right? So who's Sandhagen going to fight? Does he wait around for a Sterling O'Malley fight? The winner? Probably not. So, yeah, credit to Corey Sandhagen. I don't hear anyone talking any smack on Corey Sandhagen for taking this fight because it's a big risky fight for him. With Umar, it's a highly ranked opponent here. If he loses this, Umar, it's no big deal, right? Because it's a big step up going from Raoni Barcelos to Corey Sandhagen. So that's my initial thoughts on that fight. Max Holloway, Korean Zombie. What are we doing? Like, honestly, like, Holloway's going to win this fight. Absolutely no problem. I would not be shocked if Max Holloway's like a huge favorite in this fight. I mean, if this was a fight from a couple of years ago and we had Max Holloway, fighting the Korean Zombie of the old, the Korean Zombie that didn't take a bunch of time off, the Korean Zombie that was a bit younger, Korean Zombie that, and I like Zombie a lot. It's not disrespecting him, but you look at Max Holloway here, he just beat Arnold Allen, right? He's got 3 losses to the champ, and I get they're in this kind of limbo right now. But why do they have to make this fight? Again, this is the UFC doing too many events here. There's no reason for Holloway to have to take a fight right now, because if Yair Rodriguez beats Alex Volkanovski, and I realize that Rodriguez and Holloway have already fought, that's a rematch you could do right away. Holloway's done more than enough to get an opportunity at another title. I know he's lost 3 times to Volkanovski, but it's very clear that he's the number 2 guy behind Alex Volkanovski, I think. And Korean Zombie, I mean, this is a guy when was his last win? Let's just have a look at it here. We're doing this on the fly here, people. I should have been a little bit more organized here. You can see that 17-7 record, 36 years old. But coming off a loss to Volkanovski where he's finished. I know he had the win over Dan Ige, lost to Brian Ortega as well in a pretty big upset. Remember, Ortega was, I believe, the underdog in that one. I just think with Zombie, there's so many injuries and the age and all that. I'd be shocked if Zombie won this fight. And I'll say it right now, I don't think I'm alone here. I think Max Holloway absolutely dominates this fight. Look, I guess if it's a fight for Holloway to stay busy and then maybe fight the winner of, Volk and Rodriguez, although he's not fighting Volk again, let's be honest here. I guess it's like a stay busy fight, but I honestly think Holloway should just move up to 155, maybe wait for the Rodriguez-Volkanovski fight and then make that decision. But to me, I'll just say it. I think this is a very pointless fight doing Max Holloway and the Korean Zombie. Cyril Gane Spivak is actually a fight that, if you guys have watched my live chats, I think makes a ton of sense here. Cyril Gane, where is he ranked right now? I'm looking at pound for pound, wrong list here. You'll see he is ranked number 1 right now. If you guys saw my interview with Fernand Lopez, Gane's coach, he said September. They wanted Sergey Pavlovich. I didn't think that was going to happen. Pavlovich's right at the top of the heap. Spivak's gone on a nice run right here, but it hasn't been completely flawless for him either, right? Like, overall in his UFC career, he's had a couple issues. I think this is a great fight here. It sounds to me like the UFC is still sees something here in Cyril Gane. They're not throwing him to the wolves here. I know Spivak's a dangerous fighter, 28 years old, but he's had some setbacks. Tom Aspinall finished him in the first round. That wasn't a good performance. Marcin Tybura beat him, and Walt Harris beat him, right? I know it was a couple of years ago, but 3-fight win streak, nice win over Derek Lewis. This is good matchmaking here from the UFC, and so that is going to be UFC Paris. We knew Gane was going to be on the Paris card, so no-brainer there, and Spivak going into enemy territory. Let's see if Gane can rebound. That was a tough loss to John Jones. I think this is definitely the fight to be making here as far as Spivak and Cyril Gane. So to summarize here, we got Sandhagen and Umar. Again, good test for Umar here. If Umar wins, they're going to fast track him to a title shot. We've seen what they've been doing with the Dagestani fighters. I've talked about this before in another video. If Sandhagen wins, you have to give him another title shot. Absolutely, that makes sense. Holloway Zombie is a stay busy fight. Again, I'd be shocked if Zombie won that matchup. And Gane and Spivak's a bit of a toss-up, but I'll give an early pick here to Cyril Gane here. I'm not ready to write him off like I'm sure a lot of other people are. You don't just go and win an interim title and do all these great things in the weight class and finish Derek Lewis and so many other good performances for nothing. I'm not completely writing Gane off here completely. And again, the Ngannou fight, people talk about him losing that fight. It was a close fight. Let's not forget about that. And Ngannou couldn't knock him out either. So I'm curious to see how this all goes down. Keep in mind as well, everyone, I will be doing early look previews on probably all of these fights. One other thing I'll throw out here for UFC Nashville, you got to imagine Bryce Mitchell's on that card unless he's still injured. To me, you rebook that fight with Bryce Mitchell and Evolia. That is absolutely the fight to make. I think, Bryce needs to be on that card 100%. So if he's healthy, I think he should be ready to go. If not, then maybe he still needs some more time off. Let me know what you think of these matchups. What are your early picks on these fights? Really looking forward to these couple fights, except for the Holloway one. I'm James Lynch. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, TikTok @Lynch on Sports. Appreciate you tuning in.